got a pillow and a blanket roll and one block or something to lean on. That's what we're going to be using today. So feel free to gather up those things and get to your mat. I'm going to place a pillow right behind my torso. So you can start to work your way there if you're ready. I'm also going to place a blanket roll underneath my knees. And we'll just begin on the back.
I think he was on NCIS New Orleans.
Oh, the new guy? No.
Comfortable position to begin.
No, not
And
the
having
new
a
guy.
block nearby will be handy.
He's been on
Feel free to
NCIS.
bring
Yeah,
one of
he
those
has
as
been.
well.
It'll come to us in a flash.
Hmm?
It'll come to us in a flash.
Or maybe
You'll begin by laying out, stretching out on the back. And your head will hang off and you'll just gently open the heart. Notice the slight arch in the back as you
Looks like the bark
lay
is,
down. Knees supported by the blanket roll. Arms can fall anywhere that's comfortable. They can be out to a T or at your sides. And take a deep breath in. Allow yourself to sigh it out the mouth.
I like my kids.
Feel free to do that again if that felt good. And then close down the eyes if you haven't already. Bring attention to the spaces where your body is touching the floor. Along the back of the body, the backs of the arms and the legs. See if you could feel every surface being supported by whatever is underneath you. Face fully relaxes.
The other thing is, when you don't lie, you gotta slice them open first or else they float.
Notice the jaw
I
soften.
don't think that's what matters.
Allow the eyes to
Real
soften a
problems,
little
the
bit
ones
more.
you work with, they don't know the difference between the ocean and the bay. Upwards, that's very funny. I don't know that girl. Oh, she knew you. She told me so much about you.
And then simply notice the air moving in and out of the body. Notice the movement of the belly up and
That's
down
why you're not holding up.
as you
You know?
inhale and let out
I bet she
exhale.
likes her oxygen. But in this economy, she must be on the meal right now. Shut the fuck up. What she's not on the meal. Like trafficking, distribution, conspiracy, commit murder, DCF, takes little Frankie Jr. with Bridget Woman's come. That's because of me.
You'll begin to draw a deeper inhale into the body.
We're done here.
Lips are sealed. Tongue is to the roof of the mouth, broad across the roof of the mouth. As you inhale, feel the belly rise. See if you could take the air down into the belly area, out of the chest as you breathe in. Belly will rise, chest will expand, maybe the shoulders will lift a little bit. Deep, full breath in. And then on your exhale, shoulders will lower, chest will constrict, belly will fall, sending navel toward the spine. Press out all the air. And continue that. Inhale slowly
Anything on the girl? Not much. We don't know what she died of. What she went into the water. Family's notified such as it is. I mean, she must go foster care. Someone spoke to an aunt. They haven't seen her in years.
Excuse me, Sergeant, where do you think you're going?
Pat?
You go in half-cocked and question Frankie Cuevas about a body we just got? We don't know shit about shit yet. No, why should that stop Ray and Bruce?
Oh, it's my responsibility. Frankie had her killed for snitching to me.
How would Frankie even know that she's a snitch?
Maybe there's a leak in the unit.
Oh, you did not just say that. Did he just say that?
He just said that. I said maybe.
Frankie Cuevas is an MSC. Huh? Cousin Jorge is incompetent. We shut down the goddamn Dominicans. We shut down the white boys and fought for them. Who's left to pull the trigger?
Somebody we don't know yet. Could be somebody new, somebody coming up. We never got his supplies in Bedford.
Well, the DA just called. She wants you to stay the fuck away from her case.
Respectfully, sir, I think she should be thanking me.
How's that?
They dumped the body in the water. That means they didn't want her found, but she was found. So what's Frankie gonna do when he finds out his people fucked up? He's gonna get mad and he's
The
gonna
word that I'm going to focus on today and throughout the month of May is balance.
Conversations are readily admissible in court.
You can feel free to stick with this word, or you can think of something else that you'd really like to focus on
We just lost a good CI.
for the month.
I suggest you find a new one.
And I mean balance in our actual yoga postures. A balance of things that may seem more difficult, things that may seem not as difficult. Balance in the state of mind that we're in. Balance of emotions. Balancing a lot of things. I'll just be talking about this more throughout the month. Feel free to set an intention for class today, something that really speaks to you that you'd like to carry with you throughout the day. And as you do that, begin to move simple little movements through the body. Rotate wrists and ankles, open through fingers and toes.
Jesus, Jack, can't even relate. Tell her to actually pull him out of the bag.
If you've got a block,
Right out.
take it behind the head.
Yeah.
On the lowest setting, rest the head on the block and turn the head from side to side.
Over there.
If you don't have a block, you can
At this meeting, we
do
had
this on the
applications
floor.
for varying lengths of sobriety, and we have one with 9 months. What do we
You can allow the eyes to blink open, remove the block, place it to the side,
What do we do?
bend the knee,
About 90 days.
lift the hips, and scoop the pillow down so that it's under your sacrum, under the back.
He was drinking in the bar.
Now take the block again, maybe move the blanket out of the way, place the block in between the knees. It's okay, you could put a stuffed blanket there, like just a balled up blanket between the legs.
3 months ago, I.
And then we'll take the knees over to the right for supported twist.
For some reason,
Taking care to turn. See if you could keep the shoulder blades grounded.
Monster bust my balls, but it's a good thing. Actually telling me how much I love my daughter. He says, yeah.
Breathing
that's
into the
great.
twist. Feel free to take the right hand and place it on the top leg. Maybe gaze to the left.
My actions that count, not my words. And, you know, I just want to trying to get back to my girl. I'm working on being a better father and a better son. And if you doing any of that, I'm still not going to use it. So,
Inhale,
thanks.
legs up to center. And then take the knees over to the opposite side. Same option with the opposite hand. You can place it on the top leg. Gaze may come to the right side this time. Ground through the shoulder
The
blades.
San Francisco, the East Pole.
Mm-hmm.
The knees will come back to center. Plant the feet. Remove the pillow from under the back. And lower all the way down. Let's take the block in between the ankles. Extend the feet up to the ceiling. Hands can be down at the sides, palms down, grounded into the floor. See if you can elongate through the tailbone, elongate through the spine, all the way up to the crown of the head. And then squeeze the block. Feeling this in the legs. Let's take a deep breath in together. Exhale fully. At the beginning of the inhale, begin to lower the legs any amount, keeping the spine flat on the ground. So lowering the legs down until maybe parts of the spine start to come up. And then as you exhale, bring the legs back up to the ceiling. Always feel free to keep a bend in the knees here if that feels better on the body. Knees will, or legs will lower down any amount. Use the core to lower and lift the legs. Notice where you can soften here. Activate through the core. This might mean shaking a little bit. Use the deep core muscles to lower and then lift. Let's take 2 more on the breath. Relax through the jaw and the back of the neck. Relax through the face and the eyes. And when you finish those, you could bring the feet in, remove the block, and take the hands behind the thighs. Maybe hug the legs into the body. You could rock on the sacrum. And then you're going to start to rock up along the spine. Taking a few rocks, massaging the spine, coming all the way up to seated. Beautiful. And then if you've got a blanket, I think it'll be a good idea to have some padding under the knees. So you'll take a blanket and stretch it out, place it under the knees. You could also bend your mat for a little extra cushion if you don't have a blanket handy. And you're going to come to standing on the knees. And if you've got a block or like a water bottle, something that you could lean on, bring that as well. We have arrived. Standing on the knees. So today, let's bring the shoulders up to the ears. Gaze up. Retuck the head, tuck the chin, and send the shoulders down the back. Do that again. Shoulders up to the ears, roll them up, gaze up, and then gaze back down, shoulders down the back. And then you can roll the shoulders the opposite direction, taking just any rolls that feel good here. Change direction if you'd like. You could roll one shoulder and then the other. See if you could do it in opposite directions. That's kind of hard. Awesome. And then let's take the arms up and overhead. Clasp the hands, press the palms away from the body. Stretch up. Exhale, float the fingers down. Then clasp the palms the opposite direction. Press out. Inhale all the way up. Stretching, stretching, straightening the arms and elbows. Exhale, float the fingers down. Awesome. So we're going to take the left foot out to the left. Ground down through the foot. Foot's at roughly a 90-degree angle with the leg. And then inhale. First, we'll raise up through the left arm. Stretch up with the fingertips until you can't stretch anymore. And then side bend over to your right. Use the block as a prop for the bottom hand. Think about taking the heart, turning it up to the other. And then inhale, lifting back up. Float down the opposite fingers. Reach up with the opposite hand. Exhale over to your left. Side bending over the extended leg. Again, taking the heart, turning it up toward the sky. This time, let's keep going with the arm, reaching it out toward the extended leg and then over. Hands will come to the floor, so your torso's at a diagonal. Hands are reaching toward your left. See if you could relax through the neck and the face. Taking care to balance yourself on the right knee, pressing down the top of the right foot into the floor. And then walk the hands to center. Your hips might drop back a little bit, that's okay. Relax through the neck, breathe here. And then pressing all the way back up. Straighten out. And then you're going to turn the body toward your, so toward the extended leg. Pivot everything so that you end up in a low lunge. Knee is still grounded. This time the front knee is bent. You can stay here, hands on the knee. You may scoot the foot out a little bit toward the front so that the knee is above or just behind the ankle. You could sink in. You could also raise the arms up for a low lunge or Anjaneyasana, reaching up with the hands. As you're inhale, straighten through the front leg, send the hands down. Hands can come just to the leg or to some blocks. Stretch through the hamstring. Dynamic movement as you inhale, come to a low lunge. As you exhale, straighten through the front leg, half Hanumanasana. Inhale, back to center. And then place the leg down, coming back to standing on the knee. Okay, we'll repeat this through on the second side. This time, block comes to the opposite side. Think about standing tall through the body. Chin is slightly tucked. Inhale, lift through the right arm. Stretching up until you can't stretch tall anymore. And then over to the left.
Pretty good. You think I should try one?
Ground down through the extended foot. Torso up toward the ceiling, opening through the chest. Breathe into the space where you're feeling this stretch. stretching up and out, raise through the opposite arm, left arm reaches up. Stretching, stretching up. Elongate through the side of the body until you can't go up anymore, and then you go over to the opposite side. Feel free to use that leg as your grounding point, your extended leg. Think about turning the heart up toward the sky. One more big breath, in and out. And on your next inhale, send the arm over toward the floor. The stretch in the inner thigh, your adductor. And then stretching both hands out toward the right for a diagonal. You could do spider fingers here if you'd like, keeping the fingertips pressed into the ground, palms up, relax the neck. Notice where you can soften here. Inhale, hands come to center. To keep the spider fingers, you can come to down dog arms, palms flat on the ground, pressing all 10 fingers down. Simply notice how this changes the stretch for you. And then you'll walk your hands a little bit more over to the left. Stretch through the side body, breathing here. And then walk the fingertips back to the body. Sitting back up, standing on the knees, nice job. And then you're going to do the pivot. So pivot all the way around 90 degrees toward the extended leg. Beautiful. And feel free to bring your block or not. Coming to a low lunge. Starting with hands on the knees, hips square to the front of your mat, or the new front of your mat. Option to raise the arms up toward the sky. Crawling the toes forward a bit, making sure the knee is just above the ankle or just behind the ankle. Gaze is gentle, but extended upward. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, straighten through the front leg. I didn't say this the first time. Toes can come up toward the face if that feels good. You could also keep the foot grounded. Half Hanumanasana, half splits.
First person comes to mind. Say.
I don't even know his name. But there's this guy and he's like, it's like huge.
And then on your next inhale, take it forward, coming into a low lunge. On the exhale, straighten through the front leg. Fold over the leg, stretching it out.
I know he has a gun. I said I remember that once, I don't know where he lives.
And then you can, we'll just do a gentle side runner's lunge. So bending through the front leg, pivot the body to the long edge of the mat. You could remove the blanket here.
I was going to find out I was talking to him.
So you're now facing me. See if you can just lunge the body to one side. You might not come all the way down to the foot. You could stay up a little bit on the knee. Maybe prayer. Lean forward. Stretch into the inner thigh. You can also have your arms or hands on the ground. You may come all the way down here. And then you'll just take it over to the opposite side. Adjust the body as needed. Again, you can be lifted a bit here, hands to prayer, hands on the floor, hands on the knee.
You wanna leave your phone with me?
Press down through the feet. Feel yourself grounding down here.
I can drive better when I'm wasted. I can flip it.
Seriously, Ed.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And then we'll just work our way back to the back, getting there however you'd like.
You're a really good partner. I'm gonna make you like my emergency contact.
Taking care.
Jesus, that's depressing.
Coming into a
How long you got?
baby. You'll rock down. Feel free to take the feet or the shins and then extend the leg up toward the ceiling on both sides.
I can hear it.
You
Just
can
keep it
extend
going.
both legs and rock
Fine with me.
back and forth.
Oh, well.
Letting go of what we just did. Rebalancing the body. Think about extending the tailbone down through and then pressing the lower back into the floor.
Come on. Don't go soft.
No, for real though. You're a really good partner.
And we'll end today with soles of the feet together.
Jesus, that's depressing.
Feel free to use any props that you'd like here. If you'd like a pillow under the spine, you can place one there. That might actually feel quite good. Do that. Let's come to this final resting pose of Supta Baddha Konasana, which is just an elongated butterfly.
No, move them out of detox into
Resting gently here. Your hands can be face up or face down on the ground.
and
Take one final cleansing breath in through the nose, as deep as you can, and then out the mouth.
I'm Dr. Larkin. And you are Dr. Winona? Yeah, close enough. So,
Close the
just all
eyes.
this time I can stay here.
Relax through the temples, cheekbones, and
We
jaw.
offer a 3-day detox, but you have good insurance. I recommend you stay longer. No, 3 days.
Allow yourself to just be here.
Okay. Tell me why you're here. I was in a car accident. You were drinking? Yeah, a little. And a little coke, but they don't really know about that. You're being charged with a DUI? Misdemeanor or felony? They haven't charged me yet, so. But probably a felony. Do you think you have a drug and alcohol problem? No. No, I do not. I would party a little, but no. Then I'll ask you again why you're here. Because a lawyer told me it was a good idea. Alright, keep me out of jail. Well, that's pretty good motivation to sober up. You think you could do it without treatment? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Is that
The
an
soles
option?
of the feet are
Sure.
together. You can extend them out. And drop the memory of the intention you
Not
set
my
at the
job to
beginning of
convince you to
class.
stay. And frankly, my niece just got her learner's permit. I might
Something
actually
you'd
prefer
like to
go
take
with.
with you throughout the rest of today.
That's rude. It's rude to drive drunk.
Yeah,
You know, I found a dead body yesterday.
the hurt girl probably doesn't
No, I
appreciate
didn't.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Some chick, she just washed up on the beach. Drug thing, I guess. It's like, damn, these white girls love trouble. It was a scary, violent thing you saw. Why are you acting like you don't have feelings about it?
Your choice now. If you have time, you
Because I
can continue to rest here.
Okay.
If you're ready to
Talk
get
about
up
the
and
car
get on
accident.
with your
Was
day,
anyone hurt? Just
begin to
right.
deepen the breath, sending the air into the belly.
But I'm sorry. if
Feel
it
the
felt
belly
wrong.
rise.
You're not sorry. You're not fucking sorry. You want me to cry and tell you what a piece of shit I am or whatever. Isn't that how this works? No. You just talk.
Begin to wiggle the toes,
All right,
bring
I'm gonna
gentle
talk.
movement back.
Fine.
Rotate wrists and
I have
ankles.
an amazing life. I live in Provincetown, for crying out loud. It's like fucking
Bend the
West
knees,
Shangri-La.
roll to the right side.
I mean, so what? I like to party a little. Everyone does. But it's P-Town. In P-Town, you're either a fisherman or gay on vacation. Either way, they party.
And in your
right?
own
Everyone
time,
parties.
with the eyes
Everyone parties
closed,
like me, so it's fine.
make your way up to seated.
I'm fine. Jesus, I'm over that. I'm not sure
Hands
what
come
I'm
to
crying.
heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice today.
There's an
Hope you're able
meeting at
to
4 o'clock.
take what you need out of this class, bring it with you throughout the rest of the day.
You want to settle into your room first, or do you want to
Have a great one.